Good morning, it is Tuesday. It's week 14 of Chicago Marathon training. We're doing an easy 10K this morning. It's dark, it's quite cold. I seem to remember when I started these vlogs in the start of the block, I was running on a nice sunny spring morning in June. What a contrast. But we're getting out here, we're doing it, and Chicago is 2 weeks away on Sunday. I'm starting to scale back the mileage now, and that's why I didn't run yesterday. Normally I'll be starting my training on a Monday, but I had a rest day after the big 38k effort, which was actually very nice. I'm only running 5 days this week, less volume, and yeah, not really much else to say. I did about 3 minutes into my run almost just get hit by a guy on an e-scooter, so that would have been a good start to the week. And then he shouted at me for not getting out of the way, even though I was stood very clearly on the left-hand side of the path. He just continued coming straight at me as if I wasn't there. I mean, I know it's not as light as usual, but it's not dark. So yeah, that was an enjoyable Tuesday morning experience. So that is Wednesday morning done with. I didn't introduce you to Wednesday morning, but it was only an easy 5k. Went to the gym, did some mobility, jogged back. So in total, about 6.5k this morning. Nice and easy, chilled. Did most of what I would normally do in the gym, except for 3 exercises. Basically, this is going to be a boring story, actually. I don't even know if I bother talking to you. Well, you know what? You've tuned in, so this is what you're getting. My gym has changed, like they've completely renovated it, changed the layout and all that kind of stuff. And they've just moved everything around. So I had a nice little routine before where I'd go in one particular area, or maybe there's 2 particular areas, and it had all of the different things that I needed to do the routine that I needed to do, like the box for my split squats, the different weights, everything that I use basically was in one place. Now it's all in different places. And so you have to move stuff around, and then there's a whole room now that they're using for private classes, so you can't get into it in the mornings sometimes, and today they had one on. So yeah, about 3 different things that I couldn't do today. 2 of them were like machines that I wanted to use, but were just being used. And again, they've changed the amount of machines. There's only 1 of some of the machines now, and that just happens to be the machines I like using. I don't really use many machines, but yeah. And rather than wait for people, I just can't be bothered. I hate being in the gym, so I just leave. So yeah, I'm going to go back to the gym tomorrow morning again anyway, because I need to do 2 workouts this week. So I'm planning to do everything I didn't do then. But yeah, rest day tomorrow from running. Again, 2 rest days in a week. What a liberty. Absolutely lovely. And then, yeah, just going to go to the gym. Good morning. It is Friday. It's cold, pretty dark. Marathon pace session on the cards. Today I'm doing 11k marathon pace, 7k easy. Doddle. Just 2 big blocks basically. So that's the marathon pace block done. 11 kilometers ahead of pace. I'll put the split on the screen, how fast I did it and at what pace. But yeah, felt on the edge of good and working too hard, but I can't really think about that too much because you're comparing apples to oranges when you compare doing marathon pace with no food in you first thing in the morning to doing it in the marathon when I'll be well rested, I'll have eaten a lot. And so yeah. Good morning, it is Sunday, it's long run day, and we are 15k into a 35k effort. Well, 15.5k in now, so close to turning around, doing the same as we did last week, up the canal and back. You may be thinking, what did you do on Saturday? Where was the footage from Saturday? You didn't have 3 rest days in a week, did you? No, I didn't. I went on an easy 5k yesterday, and it was just with one of my mates,
who was up visiting. Bloody hell, a crow almost hit me in the face. It was with one of my mates who was visiting from my uni days, Sam. So if he's watching, then hello. If he's not, then you're not a proper friend. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't really film any of it because it was just an easy 5k up the canal. Here's some photos. Went for a coffee afterwards. It was very nice. So we just turned around, heading back to Leeds. 1 hour 35 on the clock after 17k. I'm probably going to stop at the exact same Asda that I stopped at last week because I'm quite thirsty. Don't know why I don't bring water out with me on these runs. Probably save a bit of money, but there's something nice about a nice pit stop for a water and a nice Lucozade. We are currently 2 weeks out from Chicago, which is mental. I try and use some of these runs in the days that are left leading up to the race to sort of visualize a little bit how I feel during the marathon, visualize getting that sub 3, visualize finishing, visualize missing that sub 3, how I feel, visualize rough parts of the race, all of it. So we are 28k down, 7k left. This is horrible. 30k down, only a park run remaining. I'm about to get in the scrap. Tasty. Give those bastards a wide berth. Let's get to the business end. 32.2. Need a shit. Legs are cooked because I haven't had any gels. Ill-advised strategy, don't do that. And yeah, not feeling good. It's just gone 1:40 p.m. here, which means it's 7:40 a.m. Central Time, Chicago time. So that means that 2 weeks from today, I've just started. Madness. Just gone past 33k, almost bang on 3 hours. 2k left. Oh God. So that's that done. 35k. It's the last 30km plus run I'll do of the block. 2 weeks out, 77.7 kilometre a week. We are starting to taper. Next week we'll be reducing it even further. And I've also got a bit of a change of scenery next week, which will be nice. So more on that as we get it.
So that brings week 14 of Chicago Marathon training to an end. 77k bank this week. It was an enjoyable week. Obviously reducing the volume. We went from 109 kilometers to 77 kilometers. But the intensity remains there, remains the same. We're well and truly into the taper now, and we are at the end of this week now 2 weeks from the Chicago Marathon, which is mad. These training blocks feel like they go very quickly, but also very slowly at the same time. Like when you're 14k into a 38k long run, it feels like it's going very slowly. But then when you actually get to it, time is flying. So yeah, really looking forward to the race now. Body is feeling still quite fatigued, but I'm just off the back of really high intensity, high volume, high mileage weeks. So hopefully over the next few days, coming couple of weeks in the taper, I'm able to just recover a little bit, recuperate some of that energy, and feel fresh by the time that it is race day. But next week, obviously scaling back again, still got some speed sessions in there. I'm actually going to be traveling. I'm going to be abroad for a few days next week, so at the very last minute I'll be getting some runs in another country, which is one of my favorite things to do. Well, actually my shakeout run as well will be in another country. That'll be in Chicago. So yeah, excited about that. Obviously I'm going to be documenting all of that here. So thanks very much for watching. I think this is a bit of a shorter video this time, reflected maybe in the lower volume. So not only am I tapering, but the videos are tapering. So sure, you'll be very relieved about that. If you did get to the end though, thank you very much. Please do consider dropping a like, dropping a subscribe. It really does mean a lot. Have a good one.